Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
It's time to link up. It is Fun Friday. It is Fun Friday. Thanks so much, Jalen, for being in the background with us. You are listening to We Got Issues radio station, coming to you live Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. It is your girl, Katrina Harris Earl, and I am coming to you from 910 a.m. WFDF, and we are excited that you are listening to us. How are you listening to us? Go to theforceofriendship.com. If you ever want to tell your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your friends, your mama, your daddy, everybody, my dog is listening. Where's Rio, Sabrina? Okay, everybody listens, but you can go.
He'll be up here soon.
He'll be up here soon. You can go to theforceofriendship.com, click on that radio tab, and all the ways you can listen to us are right there. And girlfriends, make sure that you have subscribed to our mailing list, because we're going to be sending out regular mailings with all kinds of juicy stuff. And you know, that trip we've been talking about since forever, it's coming. It's coming. Trips, events, all kinds of great things. Again, today we are live, and we are so excited that today's show is sponsored by Opulence MD Beauty. I know you look at us every day and you think, they are fly all the time. Well, one of the things that helps us be fly all the time are these amazing lashes. And we love these lashes. Opulence MD Beauty is a luxury eye beauty brand created and owned by board certified ophthalmologist, Dr. Anika Goodwin. We specialize in creating eye-specific beauty products that help maintain the health and safety of your eye, so you can book and skip the glue, and you can have the glam. Okay, no glue, all glam. You might remember that Dr. Anika was featured on our show recently, and so you'll hear more about it, and you can certainly go to opulencemdbeauty.com. Be sure to use the discount code WeGotIssues15. We are so grateful that they are sponsoring us on our show today. Get excited. Okay, check out my lashes. Check out my lashes. Check out our lashes. Oh my gosh. So Chrisette, how are you? How are you? How are you?
I am doing fantastic, fantastic. Looking out my window yesterday, we had no snow. This morning, we woke up to snow. So, you know, this is my birthday month. This is my birthday month, March. And I just know how March goes. I mean, it made my birthday. I might have 3 inches of snow on the ground. I might have snow. I might, you know, have a nice, warm, sunny day. Who knows? It's Michigan. So I'm used to it, but it's all good. It's all good. Today was a great day. I had a chance to hang out with one of my mentees on today. And when I tell you, you got to have some young people in your life. You just have to have some young people in your life. So she's telling me a little bit about what's going on with her. It's so interesting to hear how they date and conversations. And we definitely got to, you know, have a show on the new rules of dating in today's time. I was like, what? I mean, it was interesting, but just, she's always a joy. Had a great time hanging out with her. And then, you guys, she was teaching me how to do TikTok and Reels. When I tell you, I was like, Lord, I am smart. I am kind. I mean, I had to have some affirmations. It was push this button, do this. I was like, Lord. But anyway, had a good time, made our first little TikTok, and got my feet wet. So it was a fun day today. I didn't watch a whole lot of news. There's a lot of heaviness. Of course, we're still thinking about Ukraine. But what I do know that I heard, which was really interesting, is that Facebook, they they had stopped letting individuals get on Facebook with hate crimes. And, of course, we talk about free speech, but Facebook has changed, has temporarily changed to hate speech policies on Facebook and Instagram, on both of these platforms, to allow the Ukrainians to go on those platforms and say whatever it is they want to say about the Russians. I thought that was really, really interesting. So they can say, we want to kill or slaughter, but specifically to the invaders, not just Russians individually, but to the invaders. So I thought that was really interesting that they would make an exception for that. So they're really paying a big price for, Russia, for what they're doing, invading the Ukraine. So that's pretty much all I got. I'm going to throw it to Sabrina, looking fabulous. Ooh, if you all aren't on 9:10 a.m. or the Force of Friendship Facebook page, she letting us have it on today. She been kind of with her boyfriend.
We're snowed in, baby. We're snowed in. Yes, we're having a staycation. When I tell you, I'm loving my lashes, Kat. Katrina Glory's on radio only. I know everybody's missing her bright, sunshiny face. She's going to say hello to us. So we pretty much have 100% attendance, kind of, sort of. We are here. And just like you, Chris said, I look out. It is a winter wonderland, but I'm growing to appreciate it. I mean, it's so beautiful. And so, hey, we're in Rome, do as the Romans do. When I tell you I'm making me some gumbo with crab and sausage and chicken.
I'm coming.
You're coming, Chris said. And so my house is smelling amazing. I'm just thanking God I don't have anywhere to be. Gonna count my blessings and make it do what it do. So I'm excited to be here. Yes. Let's say hello to Gloria and get on with our juicy show. We are talking money, honey, crypto, NFT, NRT, NZB, all of that. So I'm here for it.
Gloria coming to us from Colombia. How are you, Gloria, on the radio?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm watching my horse flip-flop down the street. I'm excited about talking about money. I'm excited to talk about money. I don't care what form it comes in. I love talking about money. And I want to tell you guys this. This is what I want to tell you. There is nothing like traveling with that spectacular lashes. I'm so excited to be using these lashes. When you travel and the ease of it, take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. And you look gorgeous for every picture that's possible. I also want to say this. I just want to say this. There's nothing like, and I know Sabrina how much she loves flowers. There's nothing like being in Colombia with these flowers coming off the rooftops, coming out the windows. These women are dressed in all these different colors. It looks absolutely spectacular. So, as the world is going through what it's going through right now, we can't forget that there's places where we can celebrate. We're beautiful and gorgeous, and there's people are out and breathing and just celebrating the openness that's going on right now. It's hot down here. I'm feeling for y'all, but I was in the air conditioning today, still sweating in the air conditioning. So we don't have almost perfect attendance. We have perfect attendance. And I'm excited to be with this show. When you said this show, I was like, I'm there. I don't care what. I am super there. So Katrina, I'm excited for this. Very excited. Excellent.
Banks, okay, they own the bank, so this is gonna be a good show. They always love talking about money. My favorite friends to talk about money, y'all. Today's show, cryptocurrency. Listen to this. As of December 29th, 2021, the global crypto market capitalization is 2.21 trillion. The average crypto daily trading volume is 120 billion. Bitcoin dominates over 40% of the crypto market. Cryptocurrency continues to become a more commonly accepted asset by the day. It's common. It's on news every single day now. Once regulated to futuristic sci-fi novels, cryptocurrencies have become discussed and held by an increasingly diverse set of individuals. A decade ago, only tech-savvy, privacy-focused individuals with a strong skepticism of centralized banking systems dabbled in these currencies. Now you can trade them on apps like Robinhood and other stock trading apps. We're going to talk all about it. Y'all, the decentralized digital currency tracked and stored through a blockchain system. You're going to learn about this currency from my friend. Yes, because we all want to come up on game. We love everything young, hot, and popping, y'all. Today, bring him in, Dorothy. Bring him in. We have Knox Winkler.
How we doing?
21 years young, y'all. 21 years
How we doing,
young.
you guys?
We are so glad you are here. He started a local food truck called Sticky Chicken, as well as local meal prep service. So we celebrate you as a young entrepreneur who already has had a couple businesses. He had a local meal prep service called Elite Eats. Don't you love that name? And he is a part of BMoney University. He's the head of the crypto department, and I have learned from him. I was on a webinar last night, like asking, tell me one more time, Knox. Okay, what do I do? Okay, how am I supposed to get on my coin, my app? Tell me what to do. So Knox, welcome to We Got Issues. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you guys. Hey, just hearing your guys' intro, I loved your energy. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're excited. Knox, the first thing we want you to do is introduce yourself. Brag on you. Tell us about all thing Knox Winkler. What's going on in your world?
Right on. Well, as she said, my name is Knox Winkler. I'm 21 years young. I'm a San Diego native, and I've started a couple small businesses with some family and friends here. And basically my passion is people, though. So I really started getting into content creation and really promoting my perspective on digital assets. And I just want to add value to as many listeners as possible. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, we are excited you're here because we are smart people that some know a little bit about it. But if I were to say the real deal, most people don't even understand the lingo. So can we just start out? We got like 4 minutes before we go to our first break. Can you tell us about the industry? Give us some of the proper lingo and a little bit of that history
Absolutely.
you were telling me about. I love that Detroit analogy too. So talk to us.
Absolutely. So most people, they hear the word crypto, they hear cryptocurrencies, and I kind of want to nail this on the head right off the bat here. I think what's going to happen to crypto is it's going to transition to become digital assets. Cryptocurrency is a buzzword, and it's used and kind of thrown around in a lot of different areas. But mainly what the future of payments is going to be is digital assets with a specific use case. And what I mean by that, a digital asset or cryptocurrency is basically just any currency that's virtual. And it's held on a blockchain, so it's validated by a peer-to-peer system instead of a third party that's kind of a centralized controlling it. Cryptocurrency is all about decentralization and removing the middleman, removing that third party, so it's more frictionless, if that kind of makes sense.
I love it. And so the example you were telling me yesterday, relating it to cars, tell us a little bit about that so we can explain.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times when something is brand new, we step back from it.
Yeah.
But at one point, everything was new, right? So
Exactly. So I always refer back to the automobile industry, and why I made that point from crypto to digital assets is because crypto right now is like the wild, wild west. The everyday person is kind of afraid of it. They don't want to get into it. They're not sure if it's safe or if they're going to lose money or what it is. And basically, when automobiles were first created, when cars first came out, it was like that as well. People were fearful. They didn't just run and jump in and start driving. They didn't know what they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know who made them or anything like that. So up until the government stepped in and set rules and regulations, paved streets, speed limits, stop signs, all of that good stuff, then the everyday person and institutional investment was able to get involved. And that's what blew up the automobile industry to make it one of the biggest industries we've ever seen. And I believe that's exactly what's going to happen with digital assets.
Wow. Can you just delve a little bit more, like what is the blockchain? Is digital currency just meaning you're buying something without paper? I mean, what exactly does that mean? Because we've kind of been in this digital world of not needing paper money for a while. So put the cookies on the bottom.
So that's actually a really good question. cryptocurrency right now isn't used, like you can't go into the store and go pay for your groceries with Bitcoin. Hopefully we'll see a future like that soon, but it will be more something like a digital asset that's issued by either a central bank or a government. And that will be called a central bank digital currency, a CBDC. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that term. That's a very good term to be aware of. One thing I would say though,
Say it again,
is
right,
that
Knox, that is
CBDC, central bank
DC.
digital currency. Yep, something to
Okay,
very much look
we
into.
are we're about to go to our first break, and we all learned a new acronym: Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. Okay, so you're bringing us up already. We will be right back, and you are going to want to lean in. This is the show to call in and ask your questions. You want to call in 313. Dorothy, flash that number up there. I didn't have a flashback on the number. Okay.
778-600.
313-778-7600. I'm so big on learning CBDC. Boom, forgot the number. Call us. We want to hear from you. We're going to pay some bills and we will be right back. All righty, we are back. We got issues. We are back today with Knox Winkler, who is teaching us everything we need to know about crypto, or as he said, digital currencies. And Knox, right before the break, we got a lot of questions for you, so I'm getting right in it. You were talking about CBDC, central banking digital currency. So I'll cut you off at the break. Just kind of pick up from there and keep explaining to us more about what it is.
So central bank digital currencies will be issued in every country Right now, they're being researched. Biden actually just issued an executive order regarding crypto regulation, calling it a matter of national security. And he had about 5 bullet points outlining what that was going to be about. It's going to be a 6-month process of regulating these digital assets. But the 5th bullet point, he placed urgency on the Treasury and a couple other departments to research a U.S. digital currency. And kind of what you were getting at earlier about going to the store and actually paying for things digitally. We have been doing that for a while with Apple Pay and things like that, but this will be different. It will actually be a different form of currency. Instead of using the dollar, which is the fiat dollar, the paper money dollar, we'll be using a USDC, US digital currency, and that will be different than the dollar. So that's the only thing that varies there. It'll be almost exactly the same. One thing that I think would help your listeners a lot is to give context on crypto in general. So basically what happened is in 2012, Bitcoin first came on the scene and went roaring to all-time highs. And basically that started the first bull cycle. And then it consolidated and dropped down in price for a couple of years up until 2017. That was the second bull cycle, and it went crazier up to all-time highs, made a lot of millionaires. A lot of people caught Bitcoin back then and changed their life. And then it consolidated again for a couple of years, went down in price up until 2020. And that's when I started getting into cryptocurrency. I heard about it for the first time in 2019. And basically what I heard is that in 2020, a bull cycle was going to begin. And no matter what currency you put or cryptocurrency you put your money into, they were going to rise up in value and you could take profit. And that's exactly what we saw. And we actually saw a little bit of institutional investment get involved with Tesla and Elon Musk adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So up until about now, cryptocurrency has been almost a form of investing instead of a currency used to buy goods. And I think the transition of this third bull run is going to be from cryptocurrency to digital assets, either central bank digital currencies, whatever it will be, that will actually be used for payments. And so that's what we're on the brink of.
We have a caller. I'm going to go to a caller, and then Chris, I think your question is related to that, so we'll come right back to it. I'm going to go to Harry. Harry, you've been very patiently waiting on the line. We're going to go to Chris, and then we have a question in the chat also. Harry, are you there? Thanks for calling into We Got Issues.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, I think I just enjoy the show. I think the guest needs to be more blunt and saying what the difference is between Bitcoin and a central bank digital currency. If you have a central bank digital currency, yeah, sure, you have the Canadian truckers, right? People that might give a $50 donation, government slip back in and close their bank account. That can happen with a central bank digital currency. That can't happen with Bitcoin. Maybe you heard of the Russian oligarch, Roman Abramovich, who owns a soccer team. He had all his assets frozen by the British government because he happens to be Russian. If he has assets in Bitcoin, the government can't do that. With a central bank currency, the government can do that. The central bank currency is nothing but a rehashing of a woman of fiat all over again. Except this time, with the government able to flip a switch and take all the money that's in your account, whatever it wants. If you donate to something they don't like or whatever, which is like night and day from the whole concept of Bitcoin, which is decentralized. Yeah, the government can compel you to give up your keys, like time, something like that, but they can't just take it without you knowing. They can't take Bitcoin mainly because if you hold the key, you control that wallet and the money in that account. And so I really want everybody, the whole spirit of Bitcoin is against the whole spirit of central bank digital currency because it's the idea of you controlling your own assets and not having them be able to get taken them at a whim of some corporation or some government. And if you live in El Salvador and Venezuela, two countries that accept Bitcoin, they have Bitcoin ATMs on street corners. You go by, you want them, you pay for it in Bitcoin or order a pizza. So those are two countries that are doing it. And so the whole central bank digital dollar is a move to avoid that happening here. I've been putting up this central bank digital dollar and not having anybody be able to tell the difference, say, we Bitcoin, we got EBC. So that's why the government bring that out. Because the campus that have none of the independent freedom or spirit of Bitcoin about it. Only they have in common is that it'll be online. You know, you can access it online. I'm just sorry. I just want to tell them to
No, Ari, this is so good. And we're going to definitely get into this conversation because, number one, both of you guys are helping us realize that if you don't know what's going on, get woke because we need to know and understand. And this is an important thing. We see what is happening. And so, Knox, I'm going to pass it with all that is taking place in Ukraine, in Russia. You were talking even last night about how this is speeding up the desire to regulate. But is it doing exactly what the digital currencies didn't want to do? Is it's going to centralize something that the goal was for it to be decentralized. And how can you stop it from, you know, we understand if someone's doing bad things with it, human trafficking or war or something like that, but just talk to the whole issue.
Absolutely. Just speaking to the person who called that in, that was great insight. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing that. And I think you made such a valid point about how the purpose of cryptocurrency and the purpose of Bitcoin was to free we the people from the overreach of central banks and the overreach of the government. And I'm all for that. And that's what I stand for. Although I'm always spreading awareness of both sides. I think there's a lot of misinformation coming from Bitcoin influencers and crypto YouTubers and things like that. Who got into Bitcoin in 2012 and who have had bags for years. They're trying to get these new investors to pump their bags at all-time highs and things like that. I don't think it'll pan out very well. But one thing I'll say about, in regards to central bank digital currencies and Bitcoin, I think that being aware of both sides and having a little bit of money in both sides is the way to go. I'm always thinking, when I'm speaking to add value to the listeners, like what's in it for me? How can I take advantage of this opportunity? And I would be very much in Bitcoin and in some of these decentralized coins and really be excited and looking to the future for that. But then I would be aware of these narratives with what's going on with the central bank digital currencies and what's going on with the governments. And I would invest your money into some of the companies and the coins working with those entities as well and kind of have it split so you can, as we go in here and as you can kind of see which way we start to go, you can make your decision of what you want to do with your finances. For me, I truly wish that Bitcoin was going to be like a store of value, like digital gold. I truly wish that it was something that we could go and we could pay a pizza for instead of using the dollar that is controlled and that, unfortunately what we saw with in regards to those sanctions and those things, people's assets getting frozen up, especially the Canadian truckers, that was just really unfortunate. But one thing, when you really dive into blockchain, when you dive into cryptocurrencies and you look under the hood, so to speak, especially at Bitcoin, it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, which is a no-name person. It's an anonymous person. We have no clue who the creator of it was. And Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet holds a substantial amount of Bitcoin currently to this day, and he could dump the price of it whenever he wants. And then one thing about Bitcoin as well is it's run on a proof of work blockchain mining system. And what that is let me just break down what a blockchain is to you. Right here, here's a block, and it's connected by a chain to another block. That's a blockchain. And basically, these blocks are transactions. So every time there's a transaction on Bitcoin's blockchain, it's another block that's added and then connected to the chain. You following me? And so what happens is every time there's a new transaction, it adds another block. It's a proof of work blockchain. So it needs to verify that new block and run it around the entire chain. So think how many transactions there's been on Bitcoin since it first came out in 2012 till now. There's a lot of blocks. There's a lot of those blocks on the blockchain right now. And so every transaction that goes through takes a lot of time, energy, and money per transaction. And if you're going to pay for, let's say, a $20 pizza right now, it would cost you about $20 in gas fees, just in network fees, just to order that pizza. So again, it's just not practical in any way to buy anything with Bitcoin or any proof of work mining.
Okay, this is so important, and I'm going to pass it to you, Chris. One of the ways that you can lean in with Knox is you're going to hear, we'll talk about it right after the break, how you can be a part of BMoney University and get a coach, because understanding the whole thing is so important. Chris, I know you have a question.
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you, Knox, for joining us on today. And I promise you, we need a Bitcoin crypto currency for dummies. Everything has a book for dummies, because I hear crypto and I hear Bitcoins, and it's just like these mystical words. What is it? Is it mystical money? So as an individual, if an individual wanted to invest in either and they have no concept, because I'm trying to, I mean, this is great information, but you still have to understand the concept. What would be the best way to learn? And then how do you invest? I mean, is it a regular investment, how you would invest in stocks, or is this different? Can you explain that? And I know we're getting ready to come against the break, so you can talk now and later. Okay.
Great question. So I would say, as far as getting into cryptocurrency,
Knox, go ahead and hold it. We have so many questions. I already told you you're going to need a part 2. So we will be right back after the break. Angela, thanks for being on hold. Valerie, we're going to get to your question about hyperfund versus hyperverse. Is it a scam? We're talking all things digital currencies, crypto, Bitcoin, centralized, not centralized. We're trying to figure it all out with Knox Winkler. We will be right back. Yes. We are so excited you are back. We are so excited you are back. You are listening to We Got Issues, and our show sponsor today is Opulence MD Beauty. Y'all, we just completed our Force of Friendship photo shoot. The pictures are fly, and we are all wearing these amazing lashes. A fun fact about them is they were featured on Shark Tank. They are now expanding and adding new inventory. That means you can enjoy our expansion sale, their expansion sale that includes $12 lashes, 20% off all cleaning products and magnetic liners. Be sure to use our discount code WeGotIssues15. Go on and get your lashes. So I can't wait. Everybody's wearing them except for Knox. Get excited. Okay. Knox, you got them 21-year-old lashes. Your lashes might be longer than mine. Okay. At 21 years old, I remember when. So Knox, again, I cut you off right before the break and you were answering a question. And so can you pick up where you left off? And then we're going to go to you, Angela.
So the question was, how can you get into cryptocurrency if you're brand new, you don't know what's going on? I would give two answers to that. I would first look into the actual projects that you want to invest in. I would look into when they were created, what their market cap is. I would look into who created them, the actual founders. And then I would look to what problem are they solving? A lot of these tech entrepreneurs that are releasing currencies are either releasing it to solve a problem, and those are the currencies that'll last, or they're releasing it to fill up their own bags and make a lot of money. So you got to look into the founder. But in terms of actually going and getting set up and buying a cryptocurrency, it's as easy as downloading a couple apps from your phone. So I would like to give a shout out to Coinbase and Uphold, UP, and then Hold. Those are my two favorite exchanges that I use. I buy all types of cryptocurrency there. And all you do is you download the app, you put in your information, and then you can basically browse whatever coins you want. And you just connect your bank account and you're good to go. And what happens is when you buy these cryptocurrencies, they'll send them to you, and then you can either keep them on that app called an exchange. These exchanges where you're allowed to buy cryptocurrency coins, they're called exchanges. That's what the apps to buy cryptocurrencies are called. They're called exchanges. And from an exchange, you can either store it on the exchange or you can put it onto your own hardware wallet, which I have one that's completely offline. It's like a little thumb tab, and it holds all of my crypto offline, safe and secure. In case there's any power outages or anything like that, nothing's going to get to my cryptocurrency. So I'd highly recommend looking into, after you buy it on your app, getting it offline and putting it onto your own hardware wallet so you have full ownership of your own crypto.
Wow. Tell us, Knox, about BMoney University, and then I'll go. I think Gloria's trying to chime in, and then we're going to go to Angela. So tell us about BMoney University. How can they learn from you? Because everybody needs a coach.
So right now, cryptocurrency is the wild, wild west. Without regulations, you'll see prices skyrocketing up, prices plummeting down, and you don't know where to get started. You're looking at it like, ugh. And so basically, the best way to learn any type of investing or anything, learning to trade anything, basically you need to find people who are already doing that consistently, and you need to join and just do what they're doing. So in BMoney University, we have a group of about 600 to 700 students who are actively trading every single day. We're signaling each other what we're seeing in the markets, and basically in my field, I'm doing the crypto side of things. We have stock options, futures, wholesale real estate, e-commerce. We have mental health, mindset. I also teach a mindset course every Thursday as well. But in terms of the crypto department, what you can expect from us is daily, we're sending in market analysis updates, which is we're looking at the charts and we're showing you, okay, Bitcoin's doing this. We want it to do this. Basically, be on the lookout for this type of deal, as well as sending in actual trades. So I'll send in Ethereum entry right here, and then I'll have multiple take profit sell targets, as well as an initial stop loss. And basically what that means is we're telling you where to buy, when to buy, and when to sell and take profit. And we're signaling it all out in real time.
So it takes a lot of the risk away. I'm going to go, Gloria. I think you were chiming in, and then I'm going to go to Angela.
Really quickly, I love his advice about Coinbase. So thank you so much for your advice. And I can imagine your academy is amazing. But I've been using Coinbase. And for those of us who don't know nothing, it's a great start on an app where you can understand what to do with it. That's all I wanted to add.
Awesome. Thanks, Gloria. We're going to go to Angela, who is a caller, but patiently waiting on hold. We can't wait to hear what you add for the question you have, Angela.
Hi. So my question is, I'm coming into not very much money, but a little bit of money here with tax season, and I'd like to invest, but I don't really know what to do. I was hoping maybe Knox could say a crypto or some advice that he would have for some of us brand new investors with maybe $1,000 wanting to get going and honestly not really having the time and feeling a little overwhelmed to try to research a whole market. If you have maybe some hot tips for me.
Absolutely. That's a great question.
Go ahead, Knox.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. That's a great question. What I would first ask you is a two-part answer. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we got you. Yeah.
What I would tell you is you need to
Type of
figure out
investor
first.
you want to be. Do you want to be a trader or a long-term investor or a swing trader? And kind of once you understand that, it'll help you out a little bit more. But I would definitely say, if to throw out some names of some cryptocurrencies, I would definitely look into, because again, there's about two sides to this coin right now. There's the decentralized aspect of everything, and then there's also these coins that are working with the central banks and working with the governments. And I personally have my feet in both sides, so that's what I would do. If you have $1,000, I would go 500 straight to Bitcoin, straight to Ethereum, or straight to Solana, or CRO, CRO. Those four are very good. Then on the other side of things, the ones that are working with the governments, with the banks, I would definitely look into XRP. They're currently tied up in a lawsuit with the SEC. Could be a very, very good buy if you get in before the lawsuit is resolved, as well as XLM or XDC.
Can you answer Leela's question since you brought up XRP? Do you have any news on when the Spark token is going to
Absolutely.
release for XRP?
So that's a very good question. Whoever asked that is very knowledgeable on what's going on in the space. I'm actually still waiting on my Flare tokens to come in as well. They did give an update that they should be coming out within the next 2 months. I would definitely keep your eye on April and May.
Wow. Excellent. Valerie is knowledgeable too. She wants to know about Hyperfund or Hyperverse. Is it a scam?
So I'm not familiar with Hyperfund, but when I hear Hyperverse, it sounds like metaverse. So I would need a little bit more context to go into depth on that. I don't want to speak on something I'm not too familiar on.
I appreciate that. Excellent. I'm going to you, Sabrina.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with us. Such good information, Knox. We love Money 101 with all of the new currency that we have out there. I will tell you, I had college kids home for the summer, during COVID, and they were going crazy. Mom, I need $200 for this, and I'm going to put it over there. And with one son, we did really well. The other son, nothing. Okay, it was going the other way. And my girlfriend can kind of imagine who did what. But anyway, my goodness, I guess it's all a gamble. The bottom line is a gamble because you invest your money, you don't know what it's going to be. And so I guess we need to tell our listeners that it has to be money that you can play with because it's nothing promised.
Guaranteed.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to address that. And then NFT. I mean, talk to us about NFT.
I love
yes.
it. So definitely money that you can be willing to lose. I would say one of the safest ways to get into crypto right now, and I'm always thinking, how can I add value to the listener? I'm always thinking from the listener's perspective, like, hey, what's in it for me? How can I take this information and actually go take action and change my future? And I would say the safest way to get into crypto right now without losing money would be to dollar cost average in. So every time you get paid, whether you're getting a biweekly check from a job or just whenever you get paid, I would have a percentage that you're comfortable with, whether that's 5% or whether that's 25%, that you put consistently from your check just automatically into your favorite coins. And then what happens is you build a bag over time that's dollar cost averaged. And that's personally what I've done over the years, and it's helped me substantially. But what I would say is another way to go about it is to have that percentage and put that money away, save it in an account for a day when the market completely crashes and burns to the ground, and you buy it on that. That's one of the safest ways to get into crypto as well. And then as far as NFTs goes, I'm glad you brought that up. I was hoping that I could talk a little bit about that today. I'm very excited about NFTs. I think NFTs are going to be the future of how most business is done. Right now, NFTs is a buzzword. A non-fungible token is what it stands for. But what an NFT is, this is all it is. It is a contract on the blockchain. So think a contract on the blockchain. In a couple of years, everything will be a NFT, a non-fungible token, a contract on a blockchain, like receipts. Like, let's say you have a product, like for BMoney University, people pay $130 a month to join our group and to be a part of and have access to all of our information. And pretty soon what we could have is an NFT that costs $130. And basically when you buy that NFT, it comes with a contract that gives you permission to be a part of our group. And basically all you have to do to verify that you're a part of our group is just hold your NFT. Does that kind of make sense? So when you think of NFTs, think of contract on a blockchain. That's all it is. Right now, NFTs is all this art and all this stuff right now that's going for like $1 million. That is not what the future of NFTs are. NFTs are going to be used by businesses as a contract on the blockchain.
Okay. Can you talk about how does this relate to the metaverse? Will we be using digital currencies in the metaverse? Can you just talk about that? That's a good question.
So a lot of people are confused about NFTs. They say, where does the value come from? Why would somebody pay for this and that? And, I think all you have to do is look into kind of what's happened in the past, look into history, and honestly, not even that far into history. When you look at, for example, Fortnite. When Fortnite came out, all of these kids were getting they're spending hundreds of dollars on these skins in the game. Are you guys familiar with Fortnite and all these different skins that you can wear? That's going to be similar to the metaverse. When we're in the metaverse and we're buying things and we have these NFTs that we're kind of flashing that we use to represent ourselves, there's going to be a ton of different things like that. That's basically what the future that we're stepping into. And I believe the metaverse.
Our final break, Knox. We're going to our final break, and I'm telling you, we're in a whole different sphere. Okay, we're talking digital currencies, NFT, metaverse. This is important. This is important. You ain't too old to learn, and you're not too young to learn. Though, thanks so much, Knox, for leaning in with us. We will be right back. This is so good. Oh my gosh, so many questions. And Leela is coming back again. Knox, you were talking at the break. So I'm going to go ahead and let you pick up where you left off. I'm glad that good young mind can remember exactly what you were talking about. Then I'll come back to Leela's question she's asking again. Go ahead.
Awesome. I just wanted to touch real quick on NFTs because I think it is such a broad spectrum. There's so many things thrown around with NFTs, but what it does is it creates a new avenue for up and coming artists. I think this next era is going to be the era of creators and producers, and specifically NFTs is going to open up a lot more value and investment opportunity for these young artists. So imagine there's an up and coming artist right now, let's say out of LA, and he's struggling to get some capital under him. He doesn't really know how to get himself out there, but he has a small following. He has a little bit of a following behind him. So what he does is he mints his own personal NFT. And like I said, an NFT is a contract on the blockchain. So on that contract on his NFT, let's say he gives 10% royalties to every single NFT owner. They get in a pool of his 10% royalties. And let's say he becomes the next, I almost said Kanye West. Let's say he becomes the next Drake, okay? And he gave that, and people hold his NFT for years, and they have the royalties of that. Does that kind of make sense? So that's what these NFTs and this new technology is opening up for young up-and-coming artists. Because if, let's say a lot of people bought his NFT when he needed that money, he got a lot of funds to work with, then he can go and really get his music career going and then really take off. So it just opens up a lot more possibilities for young creators and producers who don't have the capital right now.
When we were talking yesterday, the statement you said that was like, bam, okay, when we were talking and as you were sharing with me about your church and what you're doing, and you were talking about the future is frictionless. And
Yes.
Then you broke it down even more on the webinar last night, explaining how much friction it is in making a purchase now and what it will look like in the future. Can you elaborate on that? The future is frictionless.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite points to make. I mean, please do part 2. Yes, I'd love to be back. Absolutely. But to harp on that point, I think it's such a good point. The future is frictionless. With this new technology that we have, it's making, convenience is king. People will pay anything for convenience. And we're going to start to really see that in the world. But I want you guys right now, this is a thought experiment. Right now, kind of stop what you're doing and picture the globe, picture the world and everyone in it. And I want you to understand that there's transactions going on, even if you can't see them. There's a lot of transactions going on all around the world. So right now, picture that. This moment in time right now, how many transactions are going on right now? And with our current monetary system and how money works, money is held up. It takes 3 days to deposit this. It takes time to send it there. It takes all this time. But if it was on a system that was up to date with the technology we have today, the money would move frictionless in a second. And what that would open up is a lot more value. There would be so much more transactions going on, so much more business going on, that it would make society more prosperous. It would make things flow faster, and that would be a lot better for we the people and for businesses and infrastructure and everything else in between.
Wow. You really are brilliant at explaining it, and we can tell how knowledgeable you are. And of course, it blows our mind. 21 years old. Just share with us some success stories about people you've coached, people you've helped. We know, as with investing, let's keep it real. There are people that have lost money in their 401k. How long has that been around? So, but of course there are, this can be much more risky, but talk about some success stories. We want to hear about some.
Absolutely. So I'm pretty new to BMoney University. I haven't actually been coaching and giving out these trade signals for very long now. So we actually don't have a ton of testimonials there. But what I can say for BMoney University is that I've been in it for about 6 months since its inception, and just to see how many students every single day, and these are everyday people, right? These are people who have no background in investing, have no background in trading, have no background in making money virtually, and they're joining our group, and they're seeing the admins who are doing their thing. They're looking and paying attention to the webinars, and then what they're doing is they're taking the blueprint and they're executing. And I've seen I saw a student in one trade take $1,000 to $29,000 in 30 minutes on a Wednesday morning, and it changed his whole life. I've seen other kids take an account from $500, turn it into $10,000 in a month. I mean, this is something everyday people are doing too. What's cool about BMoney University is we're all in one group. Like a lot of these things, you pay, you join, and they just send you information. They're like, okay, go figure it out. But what we do is we go live. We share our screen and show you exactly what we're looking at, the exact steps that you need to look for when you're going into a trade. And we just show you how to do it. We have a system where we have checks and balances. And if they don't check off each one of those check marks, you don't enter the trade and you stay safe. That's how we do it.
So I have a quick question, Katrina, real quickly.
You're on mute.
Okay, real quickly. I know we're great to end. So with your class, if you're constantly getting in new people, do you have different the people that have been in for a while, I'm sure they don't want to hear that other information that you've already shared. So is it a constant, you have a 101 class and then you progress to a different class?
That's a great question. So right now what we do is we have all of our webinars recorded. So right when you buy BMoney University, you go onto our website and then you get access to our full library of webinars. There's a crypto department webinar. I currently don't have any webinars saved onto there right now. We have one crypto webinar, but then when you go on and you look for stocks, futures trading, wholesale real estate, e-commerce, mental health, and all of those things, there are saved webinars. We're going to be updating our crypto webinars very soon. But what's cool about our community is when you join, you get full access to me. You get full access to Bryson and every other one of the admins. So if you do have any questions, I'm like, hey, how do I get set up? Or how do I get started? We're always answering those, and we're always helping people out that are new.
Someone is asking a question. Yvette is asking a question. So if you make money in a coin, how do you convert, and you can't go to the store and, buy furniture with it. How do you convert that back? How quickly can you convert it to something that you can actually use?
Great question. So usually it's just like the same as any account. You would just request a withdraw, and then it would take about 3 to 5 days and it'll be right back in your bank account. But what's cool about when somebody was asking me earlier, how do you get started? And I mentioned those two apps, Coinbase and Uphold. What's really cool about the app or the exchange called Uphold is you can file for a debit card. And it literally comes, it's a green Uphold debit card. I have one myself. And I bought a lot of my XRP through Uphold and I saved it on that exchange. And what's cool about when you do that is when you get your debit card from them, you can actually go to the store and pay for whatever you want using your saved cryptocurrency.
Are you saying Uphold, UPHOLD?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Uphold. And I could show you right now, I have the physical card as well as it's on my Apple Pay as well. So this is my Uphold card. I can't really focus it for you, but I can go to the store. I could go withdraw funds. I could go do whatever I want.
Knox, we have 1 minute before we come to break. Just tell us all this craziness that is happening in the world. Is this a good time to get in? Are we near kind of at bottoming? Just bring us up on where we are right now in this moment in time, if someone's thinking about getting started.
Well, if I'm being honest, there's no time like this right now. I mean, to be aware of cryptocurrency in 2022 is amazing. And I'm glad that every one of these listeners are tuning in right now. I would very much, in terms of telling people whether they should put money into it right now, I would definitely, if you have a stack of money that you're looking to invest, I would never just bank on the market shorting or falling. So I would put half that money that you're willing to invest in now, and I would save half in case there is another dip. And what you do in crypto is it's called buy the dip. Whenever it dips lower, that's when you buy in. So if you're looking to get into cryptocurrency, I would maybe save a little bit of money now, pay attention to the markets over these next few weeks, and buy the low point. Wait for a huge dip, a huge red day to go, and that's when you buy.
Knox, you are a part of the tribe. Okay, one of the experts for sure. We're going to have you back. We are so grateful you've been listening in. It is Fun Friday, and this is a great day to go to Opulence MD Beauty to get your lashes. Make sure you use the code We Got Issues 15. Even for the dudes that are listed, you know your girlfriend needs some lashes. Okay, you know you like the lashes, and we are working them here at. Got issues with the girlfriend. So thanks so much. Thanks, Knox. You have been a wealth of information, and we appreciate you guys. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you, guys. Have a great
weekend.
Thank you, Knox.